Today I'm going to do something I rarely ever do on this channel. Have a fun playthrough. Because today's focus tree is one of my personal favorites, and the focus tree I'm talking about is the Hungarian one. And be more precise, the Austria-Hungarian one. And that focus tree is very chaotic. And also a hard challenge if you don't know what you're doing. So without further ado, Araman, historical, and go. So 1936 Hungary, it's not looking good for us. We have a very limited army and no manpower to fill it up. We have an okay amount of mill factories, I would say, which I'm gonna place down like this. Construction-wise, I'm just gonna build infrastructure in the two states that have resources because we can't really build anything else right now. If civilian economy and the Treaty of Trianon, we can't really build mills. They just would take forever. So infrastructure for now, mills later. Focus-wise, I'm gonna immediately rush down the Austria-Hungary route. And research-wise, I'm gonna take one research slot into airplanes because I do want to have some airplanes. And the other two, engineering and production. So first focus is done. I'm gonna immediately go down, strengthen the monarchists, and I'm also immediately gonna get myself a silent workhorse for extra political power. We're gonna need a lot of political power early on. Ironically, a lot of political power. In the background, the Germans are doing German stuff. What we can also do, while we have nothing to do with our industry, is actually build a spy agency. So I'm gonna do that. And look at that, we have a beautiful spy agency. And yes, we actually will use it, but not for spying. The next focus is done, so let's elect a king. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, but why not? So we have enough political power for a next advisor. And here, very important, don't get anything. What I'm doing right now is I'm gonna save all the political power I can have for a very special moment. So for now, I'm way better off just not using it, which is easier said than done, because I really like to click buttons. And this here says to me, you should click this button. So, we have elected a king. Now let's invite the Habsburg prince. Fourth, he becomes a naval commander. Yeah, he really does. You probably don't even know that because you never really have a navy as Hungary, but yeah, he becomes an admiral. And Otto from Habsburg becomes our leader, replacing Hungarian monarchy with Habsburg restored, giving us a very good political power gain modifier and needing less world tension to fabricate war goals. That is pretty good. I mean, we can also create factions now, but, you know, okay. And look at that. Otto from Habsburg assumes the Hungarian crown. It actually looks so smooth. Oh my god. And at this point, you might ask yourself now, why I haven't really got rid of the Treaty of Trianon? Because that modifier, as I said in the beginning, is really bad. And getting rid of it means you have to basically go down here, where you can firstly make it less bad with secret rearmament, and then get the Bled agreement to ask Romania to get rid of it. But those are a lot of focuses, costing you 210 days. And there's another way to get rid of it, going to war. So I'm not gonna ask Austria to join, I'm gonna ask Austria to join. Taking Austria by force, let's go. And I know when you do the referendum, you get the units, you get all of the generals, and it is pretty good. But what we are doing is way better. Why? I will show you once we're in the war. So with the focus done, with our war goal against Austria, I'm gonna declare immediately. And while we can't go further down here, because we need to own Austria to restore Austria-Hungary, I will just go down the industry path, get some free factories and a research slot. So let's do that. And to prepare myself for the war against Austria, I made this fallback line that kind of promotes my ability to encircle half of the Austrian army. For now, I just want to defend because we are very weak. You see our troops, they're kind of in a bad state. Yeah, for now it's about defending and buying ourselves a little bit of time. The Austrians are better equipped. Unpausing the game, we bypass secret rearmament and we no longer have the Treaty of Trianon. Just like that. Nice. And what we're gonna do first, immediately, is gonna go to limited conscription. Yeah, that's why we saved all the political power, because I really don't want to have disarmed nation anymore. We're actually having all equipment for our troops. We just don't have the manpower. It is that bad. Yeah, the Austrians really try to push. And now it's all about defending. I'm just waiting for that manpower to slowly trickle in. Maybe not even having World War I equipment could be a problem, so let's get that. But yeah, you slowly see our manpower is trickling in and our army will slowly but surely become stronger. And oh my god, the Austrians are force attacking. In the background, I'm gonna do war propaganda, because if we get a bit more war support, we could actually go to war economy and skip partial mobilization. That would actually be really cool. So I'm gonna try that. And best of all is we're getting actually good army experience from just defending against the Austrians. And right now we actually get a lot of political power. 1.6 with focus is active. That's pretty good. Should allow me to do all the reforms I need in this war. Nice. So, extensive conscription. Let's go. And don't forget, we can only do this in war as a non-aligned nation. So, getting this now is amazing because we will need it. We will definitely need it. And looking at our war support, we are very close to 50%. I think a little bit more world tension, we should actually be able to get full war economy. Once again, something we can only do in war as a non-aligned nation. So, once again, would be huge. In the background, the Chinese United Front forms, which means the Japanese are currently doing their war focus. So, very soon, we will have enough war support. So, our next focus is done, giving us the ability to get the research slot. And at the same time, it should mean that the Japanese have finished the incident. Yeah, there we go. Brings us over 50% war support. Very good, allowing us to go to war economy. Yeah, I've played this focus tree a lot privately, and I think I have a pretty solid strat for all of this. But best of all, this allows us to build mill factories now without any negative modifier. So we can go full war economy now. Let's go. And with all of this finally done, we can finally attack Austria. So I'm gonna push here, encircling most of the Austrian army, pinning the divisions next to it, and doing it as a force attack. And because we have a lot of command power, we should be able to do this until we break through. So one more time. Oh my god, this division over here is not having a good time. And we broke through, pinning the divisions all around it, keeping a few divisions in the back. And here we go. We had a breakthrough and we are literally in Vienna. Yeah, now I'm just snaking through Austria. And there you go. Austria capitulated. And I got actually a lot of the guns. Yeah, this war can be tricky, but doing it has so many upsides. And the timing here is also perfect because we're about to get the research slot. And right after that, we can just continue down the political route. On the side, I'm gonna improve relations with Czechoslovakia. And I'm also gonna send in our agent to make diplomatic pressure. Basically, I'm trying to force a non-aggression pact, which later on increases the chances of unifying with us. It's pretty good. So, we got the 4th research slot. Let's restore Austria-Hungary. Getting a lot of cores and renaming our nation to... Wait, what? Oh my god. I forgot I had a mod on. It's a graphical mod, so it doesn't do anything. But I don't know I can explain this to you guys. You will hate the flag of this nation. This is a meme with me and a friend, and you'll see. I don't have enough time to re-record everything without the mod, so we now have to live with that name. This is so stupid. Basically, to give you the short version, the mod I use is a graphic mod that turns the encirclement symbol into like buttons, and that's my cheeky way to beg for likes without actually begging for likes, because I know that's annoying. And sometimes my friend gets in a funny mood and changes slight things on the map. Sometimes the name of a nation, sometimes a leader, sometimes a flag. And if you ever ask yourself, yo, Florius, why is this nation different in your game? It's my friend having fun and me living through the consequences of reading all the comments. Great. Anyways, on the side, I'm gonna get myself now an ground support expert because I do want to build an air force. And after that, I'm gonna get myself an army offense expert. And I just saw units. How did I win with that? How did I win against Austria with that? The 12 with infantry. Anyways, focus is done. Look at our beautiful flag. Look at our beautiful name. And I will not immediately go down this focus because I don't have the non-aggression pact yet. So let's get down here and improve a bit more relations with them. And yeah, we are now New Zealand, Lebanon. And to give you very small context to how this came to be, we basically wanted to create the worst Austria-Hungary meme flag, and we came up with New Zealand, Lebanon. It's a meme for such a long time now in the Discord, and I have no further explanation than this. But man, did I not plan on explaining that meme today. But you know what? We got a lot of factories. Let's put them to use, and we have enough political power for the armor offense expert. Very good. And let's also build a small air force. Those are really not good planes, but they should be good enough for the Balkan. And that's our first real expansion. So yeah. So with that done, let's try to protect Czechoslovakia. There's like a medium chance that we'll get them. We have a non-aggression pact. They're not in a faction. The problem is the world tension isn't high yet, and their opinion is as high as it can be, which sadly isn't high because we have a lot of claims on them now, and they don't like that. And because it will actually be very useful now, I'm gonna get myself a war industrialist, building mills even faster. So focus is done. Will Czechoslovakia say yes? And they said no. this can happen, and there's a very easy trick that I'm gonna use in today's recording, because this is not an important achievement run. You close the game via task manager. And now when you load back in, you jump a few days back. This is such a stupid video already. But it basically allows us to start the focus again, recalculating the odds if Czechoslovakia will say yes. Because as stupid as it sounds, the outcome of a focus is calculated at the beginning. So when you choose to focus, the outcome is pretty much already selected. So trying to jump back and let it happen again will basically give you the same outcome. This way, you lose a few days, but you might get the better outcome. I personally, especially for the sake of the video, don't care if they only become my puppet, but having claims is the most stupid thing you could ever have with this focus tree, because you can't even fabricate the claims because the world tension is not high enough. Even if I want to, I couldn't get Czechoslovakia any other way. Yeah, this is kind of stupid. I don't know why it's still this way in the focus tree. There's a reason why a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with this focus tree, because it's a lot of fun, but it's also so much RNG heavy that takes away a lot. So focus is done again. Hey, look at that. Second time's the charm. Welcome to the New Zealand-Lebanon Empire. Yeah, I'm sorry for restarting, but I don't have time to re-record this week. I am on something of a business trip, so I hope you can forgive me the dirty tactics I have used. But at least I'm gonna be transparent about it when I do, so yeah. Anyways, having Czechoslovakia under our boot now allows us to claim Transylvania, and I'm gonna do that immediately. Very important here, getting Transylvania will be mediated by the great powers of Europe. What I will do now is gonna improve relations with everyone, and in Germany, I'm also gonna once again put our agent to do diplomatic pressure. That actually has multiple reasons, because also on the non-aggression pact, they will still demand the Sudetenland, no matter if it's now under Austria-Hungary or not, or in our case, New Zealand, Lebanon, but that should do a lot for us. On the side, I'm also gonna reform my army, because my current units are horrible. Yeah, we're missing a lot of equipment now, but we should have that soon enough. I don't want to cheese more than I did, and I can't really afford a war with the Germans yet, so I'm just gonna take the L, give them the Sudetenland, and you know what? I'm just gonna come back later and take it back. But this does hurt a lot. They will not demand any more new land, but yeah, kind of my bad. I should have gotten the non-aggression pact way earlier, and we look absolutely disgusting now. So, Romania refuses. They went too far this time. And now we can choose a mediator. And you know what? Germany likes me the most, so I'm gonna choose them. The mediation failed. But you know what? We will reclaim our lands or die. This called in France. Romania is in the Allies. Man, this campaign is already off to a good start. And while all of this chaos is going on, which is very painful, I'm gonna get down to this. And of course, the Allies already brought over the entire air force. Yeah, basically now I'm just defending, trying to build up my army, which wasn't ready at all for all of this. The big problem I have now is, until the Germans really start to do everything they want to do, I'm not gonna have a good time here. So my plan now is to hold out until the entire Second World War thing starts, help them defeat the Allies, and then defeat the Axis. If everything goes well, I don't have to deal with the Comintern. And this video is gonna be not 5 hours long. Actually force attacking now. That is really good. The more equipment they lose, the better. And once the Allied Air Force disappears, I'm just gonna run them over. Jokes aside. Let's do the last focus, reclaim the Empire. So, focus is done. Let's finally get some industry. And kinda ironically enough, the civilian industry is way better than the domestic arms industry. You get some mills and a research slot. Over here you get civilian industry, a research slot, a very good permanent modifier. So I'm gonna get that. So the Germans are now at war with the Allies, which should mean a lot of the Allied Air Force should finally go away from the Balkans. Finally. And look at that, I'm invited to the Axis. Sure, why not? An alliance of convenience, if you would say. And on the side, we finally have air supremacy over Romania. So let's push. Poland is gone, and I actually got some of my claimed territory. Very nice. Now let's finally take out Romania, even though they are last standing in the entire front line, which is stupid. But yeah, now they're falling apart. Romania is gone. Very good. Is that front line finally cleared up? So next, let's take out Yugoslavia. Yeah, that war is also going quite fast. And they're gone too. Very good. This allows me to reintegrate the empire, giving me way more cores in the Balkan region. Very good. And this should increase increase my industry and manpower pool enough to actually win against the allies kinda soonish. But for now, let's put our troops into France. So we've invited foreign investors, giving us a huge bonus in research. And now let's get even more civilian industry and steel. Yeah, the civilian industry side is so much better. Don't you just love it when you don't have a lot of time this week, so you just want to make a fun Austria-Hungary campaign? The game is just like, no. I mean, I'm turning it around. I do love that the Germans are still fighting here against like a few British leftover troops in the Maginot Line. They're not able to get rid of them for months now. Good job, AI. Amazing. But you know what? Can finally get our final research slot. 5 research slots. Didn't have that in a while with campaigns. And you know what? Let's do the best naval invasion. Aerodrops. And actually get through. Wow. I actually got a point. That is good. I'll take it. All my troops, come over. We have landed. I hate when that works. It's so stupid. But yeah, the caves you get from these paradrops are just great for landings. Here we go. London encircled. All my troops arriving. We actually won London. What? The paratroopers actually won that encounter. How? They're 6 with. How? Okay, yeah, invasion of Britain going kind of well. Not gonna lie. So, peace treaty time. I couldn't take any navy because at the beginning of the peace treaty, I didn't own any coast. I mean, now I do. I took all of this. So what I did is I puppeted Britain and I puppeted France. So when I integrate them, I basically just get the navy. And next in line, I would say as long as we're still in the Axis, let's use that opportunity and take out Vichy France. Because I want to have as much resources as possible from all of this. Just that you know, I puppeted Yugoslavia over here. Yugoslavia immediately went democratic because they were inside of the Axis and declared war. I'm never gonna puppet Yugoslavia ever again. I'll create Serbia or something. I don't care. But I had resource rights and everything in them. And the game is like, no. By the way, I don't think I need to import anymore. I have a lot of resources now. Okay, I have no idea what I just did. I wanted to release Serbia, but now there's like another Yugoslavia. Doesn't matter. It's under my control. I just lost Macedonia, which hurts a little bit. There's good chromium in there. But yeah, it could have been way worse. And just to show a little time actually passed, I just finished the focus for getting my last research slot. Wow. But just to show off, my industry has drastically increased now. I have 120 civs and 72 mills, which is not that much, but thinking with what we started with, it's pretty good. And you know what? I don't think I need to build synthetic refineries anymore. I have enough rubber now controlling this. War goal is done. Let's go in. And yeah, that is a pretty quick conquest so far. It actually got naval landing abilities now. We might need it if they don't give up after all of that. Sometimes already have course down here. And yeah, they do. Wait, what? Italy having more fun in Greece. Good luck. Yeah, the Germans are doing that now. Greece did join the Comintern, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just not gonna join this war. I'm fine. And look at that, we can actually use Horthy now. He actually has a small navy, but he has a navy. And we did land in Algeria, even though they have a lot of submarines, so my supply is really bad. But they should just capitulate any second now, so it doesn't matter. They're literally 99% force capitulation, so taking a few more tiles should basically do the job. Yep, that's Vichy France gone. Next war goal is done. Let's go into Spain. Oh my god, the gas damage I'm doing on the Spanish. Oh my god, that is actually wild. Okay, I think most of the troops just evaporated in that first push just because of that. And best of all, I also own Gibraltar, so I can attack them from 2 different sides. I might have forgotten about this port over here though. So they're actually winning in Africa. Oh no, let's be fast then. Spain is gone, and you know what, I'm just gonna puppet them. A bit more useful to me that way. So let's go into Portugal next. And yeah, I did already prepare a war goal against them. I don't want to wait that much longer. So Portugal also capitulated. Once again, just gonna puppet them. But this means we can now prepare for a bigger war. And to reduce my front lines even further, I'm gonna return France the land. Because don't forget, they are already my puppets, so, you know, not that big of a loss. Because I had basically no compliance in here anyways, and it just took so much manpower to guard all of it. I feel like it's way more cost effective to give it back to the puppet now and maybe integrate them later after we've taken over Germany. But we'll see. I never saw that before. Peru won the Ecuador War. Took all of Ecuador. And Ecuador is now called the Galapagos regime because I've been pushed to the Galapagos Island. I didn't know that was a thing. I just saw the peace conference pop up. I'm like, what nation is that? That's actually pretty funny that there's like a small Easter egg for that. So some time has passed, and I would say I'm basically ready to attack the Germans, I think, because I have enough troops everywhere. I have an enormous military industry now, like nearly 200 mils. That is more than what the Germans have right now. And I did that by reducing the autonomy of Britain and France, basically forcing them to give me 75% of the military industry. And I reduced the autonomy by building military industry inside of them. So, you know, I'm just saying, playing the cards right gives you a lot in this game. Anyways, I would say let's finally leave the Axis, create our own faction, look at that, and best of all, get our land back. And yeah, this will drag us into a war with Japan, but Japan is already justifying on me for quite a while now. Like, they want all of these islands here, so yeah, I will fight against them anyways. Doesn't change anything, sadly. But they will not be inside of the Axis, so I don't care. Vogel is done. Let's go in. And yep, we're pushing at all fronts. Very good. Even restoring my railroad over here, which is kind of needed, because I have very bad supply in Czechoslovakia right now. What I should do right now is increase my conscription law, because even though I'm taking back some core land, this will still be a big war, and yeah, I don't want to risk it having no manpower at the end of this. So sadly, I will lose some production, but yeah, I have enough mills to do whatever I want, so it's not that bad, actually. You know what? I would say this push goes pretty well so far. We're basically next to Berlin already. Kind of wild how fast I pushed there. Yeah, but that's what you get Germany for demanding the Sudetenland. I'm sorry, right? We could have solved this peacefully, but the New Zealand-Lebanon Empire just needs to be unified, and you just have become part of that unification. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, the encirclements are so good. Yeah, Air Force is just carrying me here, because I've had 7-2-based army, so like not too good infantry, but having such a big Air Force is just amazing. And why did Brazil just got into war with Japan? Huh? What? Brazil wants to join my faction. You know what, Brazil? Welcome to the club. You're now part of the Central Powers. Welcome to the winning side. This is so stupid. I love it though. And Germany has capitulated. It was kind of confusing because in the same second it said Saudi Arabia capitulated. But you know what? Let's go and finish this war. Goodbye, Italian army. And goodbye, Mussolini, I guess. That was timing with that pop-up. And look at that, the Italian Civil War started. Let's go. That should really make this easy. And Italy is gone. Who's missing? Bulgaria. Oh, Bulgaria, you will not have a fun time right now. Yeah, they're melting really fast. Not looking good for them. And that's peace treaty. Let's go. So peace conference is over, and I got most of what I wanted. Yeah, we kind of have a cool shape now, and I did create myself a lot of puppets here. Probably the Soviets also got quite a bit of land in very weird places. So my plan now is to just immediately, while they're still weakened, go into the Soviets and take them out as I can. Okay, someone survived on an island apparently. How? Just not gonna deal with them. So goodbye, Soviets. Yeah, I would call this a very successful offensive so far. I even completely pushed them out of Africa. That is good. Why is Soviet Australia a great power? Why is this game doing this to me? Can I say that my puppets are really helpful? They're really helping me keeping everything together here, and I appreciate it so much. The Germans alone naval invaded over here, allowing us to retake the island chains, which I will need for, you know, this apparently great power, you know. And we're in Moscow. Yeah, that was fast. And they left Leningrad. Sure. I'll take it. So most of the region is cleaned up. I honestly have to say, fighting with my puppets was actually a lot of fun. Actually having friends for once is kind of wild, you know? Not doing a world conquest, allowed to have friends makes the game easier, you know? I know, crazy, right? Yeah, the Germans are back in Denmark. Wow. Cool. That is not at all cursed. And of course, the second they're back in Europe, they're doing this. You can't make this up, can you? And we're landing in Australia. Should hopefully just work. And look at the Germans just taking over Norway. They're actually so helpful. Actually such a good ally. Man, I'm happy I puppeted them. I like my allies. I said it. Oh, Soviet Union has capitulated. Nice. Nothing else to add then. Nice. We always have to put them all over here now. Otherwise, we will have completely different problems. And yeah, I actually have to capitulate Australia. This is horrible. So Australia is gone, but Mongolia became a great power. I think I should be able to deal with them rather fast, but it's kind of annoying. And here we go. Peace conference is done. Now I would say we're looking pretty strong. I basically created my own super faction and tried to make no nation too strong. And by the way, if you didn't know, if you take away a lot of the Soviet land from the Russians, they turn green. I kind of liked it, so I always do that. I feel like if you're a monarchist, the green Russia looks way cooler than a red one. So So yeah, and we landed in Japan. Let's go. I kind of used the opportunity because Japan has still some holdings like here, here, and here. So I thought a lot of the troops must not be in Japan right now. And I was right. But if I waited a bit longer, this probably would have looked very different because they're about to be pushed out of everywhere. And that's Japan gone. Very good. Ironically, I want nothing from Japan. I'm gonna mostly just steal the ships. You know what, Russia, you can have this bit. How about that? Good. I stole most of the navy. I don't know what they did over here. Ah, okay. We now have China and state of Japan. Yeah, I don't know which state Japan right now is, but it's not a good one. Anyways, I got cool ships that have to be repaired right now. And I would also say I'm definitely a world power now. I would say this is a very good conclusion to this campaign. And funnily enough, we do control New Zealand and Lebanon now. Anyways, these were my templates. And because I have a fun idea for an outro, I'm gonna thank my supporters like this.